What's up, guys? It's your boy DJ coming at you again with an update on updated review on one of my favorite scooters that I got. Very cheap scooter, cheap as far as price, but very good quality. And here is my hang on a second, I forgot. Greenger G16. Yes, sirree. There it is in all its glory. 12.8 amp hour battery. 350 watt motor, but I think it's a lot more than that. Excuse all the, backpacks and stuff I have on it, but that's the way I roll, guys. That's the way I roll. This scooter is awesome if you want a cross-country scooter. You can see my custom headlight on the front of it. That is an automotive light for like off-road trucks and Jeeps. And then we go to the back. My safety light that I have in the back, right there. See that? Bright yellow or whatever, orange. Cannot miss me. So that makes this a very safe scooter to ride, and I really like it a lot. It looks great. You can see the floorboard that I stained. Originally the floorboard is very light, a light colored wood, but I went back and stained it because it makes it look more natural. Right? I put my non-slip stuff on there. But this scooter here is an awesome scooter if you can find one. They may have changed the name on it. What's up, Chief? They may have changed the name on it because it was by a company called Greenger, but they got more into electrical motorcycles. So I think they passed this scooter on to somebody else last time I saw it. But I think it's still called the same thing. But this scooter is awesome. Now the front shocks are extremely cheesy, but they are effective. Cheesy but effective. The wheels, this thing can cut through all types of terrain. This is truly a dual sport scooter, off-road, on-road. Not designed for jumping ramps and stuff, but it will cut through deep grass like you would not believe. And that motor, I don't think that's no 350 watt motor. That motor has a lot of power, man. I can creep through damp, even if the grass is damp, which adds more rolling resistance, it'll still cut through. And I'm like 200 pounds, man. This thing does good. When it comes to hills, it does good. It's not going to fly you up the hills, but, it will crawl you up a steep hill about 8 miles an hour. It keeps on going, and it does real well. Top speed, about 21, 22 miles an hour, depending upon your tire pressure, and it stops there. Now, this scooter here, I normally have an external battery that I add to the back, a 20 amp hour battery, so this is truly a long range scooter. In a low power mode, I can travel up to, I'm sure, 80 miles of travel with this scooter in the lower power setting. Very possible, because with a stock battery, I did a range test, and that was probably over a year ago, and I got 32 miles, guys, off this scooter. And I ran it till it was dead. This scooter traveled 32 miles in the lowest power setting. Took a couple days because I'm only doing like 8 miles an hour. So for some people, that's fast enough, I like scooters for not so much speed, just the fact that you're like floating on, like carpet, so to speak. Floating on a piece of wood, but they're really fun to ride. And not just that, they can save you a lot of wear and tear on your vehicles, on your cars, and stuff like that. So it's something I'm thinking about doing, is buying a new car eventually, probably over the next 4 or 5 years, if we're here, if the Lord hasn't come back, the rapture of the church. But what can I say? The basket, I'm going to refine the basket. I'm going to order a smaller basket and put it on front. But this scooter is absolutely awesome. You can see it has a rear rack over the rear wheel, which makes it really nice. So what else? It also has metal fenders as opposed to plastic fenders. I submit to you guys this: a scooter doesn't have to cost a lot of money to be good, because they're built on solid metal frames. So as long as you're not jumping ramps and stuff, a solid frame is a solid frame. And I don't have any complaints about this scooter, especially at the price point I bought it at. I think it was $750, I think, at the time. And there's like an introductory price, and I think they still sell for like $750 to $1,000. But I would tell anybody, well worth, if they were to price the scooter in the normal price category of other scooters in its class, it's still worth. Even if they were asking $1,300, $1,400 for it, as compared to the E-Move Cruiser and stuff like that, I would say that it was worth it, personally, because look at it, it looks dope. This is one of the best looking scooters they got out. Now, my scooter, I did modify it, okay? I changed the handlebars out. I got my own custom bars on there, more of a BMX high riser type of bar. The bars that come with the scooter I don't like, but you can also swap them out. So that makes it pretty cool that you're able to do that. My first scooter that I had, my motor went out on me on the first one. And at that time, believe it or not, I contacted these guys. Man, they sent me a whole scooter. This is a second scooter. I have 2 of these. And the other one, I'm going to do something with it eventually. It's a project, so see what I can turn it into. But this scooter right here is the second version. I haven't had any more problems with it. And it's awesome. Absolutely awesome. It doesn't get the credit that it deserves. Everybody's more or less on the little 10-inch wheel scooters that go 55 miles an hour, which is crazy. But this scooter right here does very well indeed. I highly recommend it if you can find one. Again, it's called the Greenger G16 scooter. And I would tell anybody, this is truly an off-road scooter for like light trails and stuff, you know. It's got the ground clearance to prove it. And even though the suspension is cheesy, it is effective. Makes it easier on your feet. So you guys might want to look into this scooter. If you want, you know, you can go back and check older reviews that I have done on this scooter when I got it in the earlier days. For some reason, I don't know why I thought this was a geared hub motor, but it's not. It is a direct drive motor, which means there are no moving parts in that motor. Yeah, I wish it was a geared hub motor. It'd even have more torque, but it does very well for what it is. I have no complaints. All right, guys, this is the Greenger 16. Just kind of an update. I didn't get this recently. I've had it for about 1.5 years, going on 2 years. I think it happened right before COVID or right during COVID or earlier stage of the COVID time. But very fun scooter to ride because of those big tires. I say it again. The tire size, the 16-inch wheels are the tire size to go for a scooter. If you want to do some cross-country riding over rough terrain, gravel, this is a very safe scooter to go to do it on. And also the smaller wheel size gives you a massive amount of torque. Okay? All right, guys, I think that's about it. I got to get ready to go.